and welcome to Overdrive. I am Soini Dutt. We are at the 16th edition of the Auto Expo at Greater Noida. 48 manufacturers will be showcasing their latest concepts, electric vehicles and of course production-ready models. So let's check out the biggest unveils from Auto Expo 2023.
Finally, a lot of excitement at the 2023 Auto Expo. The Jimny is finally here, and as you can see, it's got two doors on the side. That means this is a 5-door. It's an exclusive 5-door that has been launched first in India. Might be considered for other markets as well. This is, of course, the accessorized version. So you will see a lot of bits that will be available as a part of the Maruti Genuine Accessories program. Like, for example, these plates that you see here, or even the textured scuff plates that you see. That's not the stock. That's going to be different. Also, the chrome that you see on the grille, etc. Sits on a ladder frame chassis, has 5 doors. It is the same length as a Thar 2-door. So that's about 3985 millimeters. It's a sub 4 meter vehicle, but it's not as wide as a Thar. In fact, it's not even as wide as a Baleno. So the width is lesser, the height is also lesser. There are going to be only 2 variants, not too many to choose from, and both are going to have side and curtain airbags as standard. So safety equipment is decent. You get disc brakes at the front, drum brakes at the rear. What goes under the hood is the older 1.5 K15B engine, the 1.5 petrol. It is mated to the older 4-speed torque converter automatic, or you can have it with a 5-speed manual. Also, there is the All Grip Pro, which means that inside you're going to have an additional lever that will allow you to shift between 2-wheel, 4-wheel and 4 low modes. We've already seen test mules of the Baleno Cross. That is what everyone was calling it, probably the internal name as well, we don't know. But anyway, it's taken shape as this. But instead of a mere Baleno with some cladding on it, they have significantly changed the look, especially at the front and the rear, to make it look closer to a Grand Vitara than a Baleno. So you see the signature 3-pot treatment for the DRLs as well as the headlight cluster. So you will see all of that arrangement right here, and you will see a similar arrangement at the rear as well. Even the tail, if you see, it's got that big light bar, and then they have done these 3 stylized light pots to again establish a bit of that familial connection with the Grand Vitara more than the Baleno. But there's no denying it is based on the Baleno. Same boot as the Baleno. You see the tapering or the pinched glass house, and then this is what the cabin looks like. So in terms of the headroom or the legroom, foot space, etc., all of that is going to remain the same. So what you get under the hood are 2 engine options. At the base is a 1.2 liter petrol engine that puts out about 89 PS of power, and the top end is the booster jet engine. We've seen that in the Baleno RS in the past. Is the 1 liter turbocharged engine, and that puts out about 100 PS of power. But the turbocharging also gives it better torque. It's 147 Newton meters of torque. So that additional torque is something that might attract a lot of people. So in terms of the market placement, in terms of the portfolio placement, it will be placed above the Ignis. So this is what the Fronx is all about. So we are now at the Hyundai exhibit at the 2023 Auto Expo. It was crowded because Shah Rukh Khan was here, of course, and also because the Ioniq 5 is now here. They've also announced the pricing, and interestingly, they undercut the Kia EV6, the technical sibling of this car, by a good 15 lakh rupees. What I really love about the car is the design, how they have carried over the proportions and the design elements of the concept and actually put it out on the road. I mean, just look at those DRLs. Look like small Lego units, pixelated lights. It just looks so nice. It's so refreshing compared to everything that we've seen in the EV space. And mind you, EVs usually want to try something different than the conventional cars that we've seen, but this one really takes it to a whole new level. Look at that rear 3/4. I think another pretty angle for this car. That pixelation theme, you can also see it in smaller details like these. That's the charging socket. And like the EV6, this one also gives you the vehicle to load functionality. So I really like all these design details. These aero wheels are quite nice. Here for the India spec model, you get 20-inch wheels shod with 255 section tires. Unlike the EV6, which gives you the curved display, this gets a flatter unit, but you get two 12.3-inch screens right here. Beauty is all these materials, or rather most of these materials, are made using sustainable materials, including recycled PET bottles. In terms of the battery capacity, it runs a 72 kilowatt hour battery pack. Compare that to a 77 kilowatt on the EV6 from Kia. It also puts out lesser power, around 214 PS. So with the lesser power, despite having that smaller battery pack, it actually claims a longer range. 631 kilometers ARAI certified. That's the range that the Ioniq 5 is claiming. So overall, I think it is an excellent package on paper in terms of the specs and in terms of the design. We are at the Kia exhibit at the 2023 Auto Expo, and this is the Kia EV9 concept. It makes its India debut here. It's here for the Indian audience. It is one of the largest representations of Hyundai and Kia's eGMP, or Electric Global Modular Platform. That long wheelbase, it measures almost 3.1 meters. The vehicle measures almost 5 meters. So yes, it's natural for a lot of you to draw comparisons of this vehicle with the Range Rover. It uses a 77 kilowatt hour battery pack, very similar to the EV6. And this battery pack also supports up to 350 kilowatt charging, which means within minutes you can go from 10 to 80% on this battery pack. Of course, this is a concept vehicle, which is why you see no B-pillars, rear hinge doors, these flared arches, really huge wheels right here. So all of that is likely to be toned down, watered down to a large extent when this vehicle goes into production. There are 3 rows of seating, and the middle row can lay completely flat, and the front row, where the driver and the co-passenger sit, those particular seats can be completely rotated, swiveled, so that you face the rear seats, the third row that you see here, for a lounge-like arrangement with a completely flat floor in between. This will enter production, and I believe they're looking at a timeline where they want the production vehicle to be out on the road by 2024.
Considering many luxury car and two-wheeler manufacturers had decided to give the Auto Expo 2023 a miss, we were very curious to see what the participants would put on show, and needless to say, we weren't disappointed. After this very short break, we'll take you through all the EVs showcased at the Auto Expo 2023.